Hi there, welcome back. Today we're talking about the transition into variation number 22. This does not have its own variation number, but it's 2 pages of immense difficulty that I think warrants its own video. So we're in between variation 21 and variation 22. Variation 21 is in D flat major. This transition is all about G, and tomorrow's video will all be about C, variation 22. And as I discussed in yesterday's video, those are the final 3 harmonies in Chopin's theme. So yeah, Rachmaninoff is deliberately using those harmonies here for the last 3 big sections. Variation 21, the transition, and variation 22. Variation 21, again, ends in D flat. It'll destabilize and jump us right into the transition. So let's talk about what's going on in these 2 pages. First, you'll hear in the left hand a resemblance to the theme. Do you hear it? It's definitely right there. The right hand also outlines the theme. Just with some different harmonies. So he's constantly outlining this theme, and he's going to be building lots and lots of tension by continuing to have a G in the bass, but changing the harmony above it. So we'll hear the next point is all about A major, but you have a G in the bass. And then later on, we'll have B7, and we'll come back all the way to all these harmonies, and the bass will always be going back to G. And it just makes for lots of excitement because G wants to go to C. Now, what happens here on the first page of the transition is we go to 3 or 4 different key areas, and we add more notes every single time in the right hand. And it just gets to be very, very chaotic. Finally, once we get to the second page, we're going to end all of this momentum on a C major chord, but with a G in the bass. So we're still all about G. From this moment, we're going to hear some scales in the right hand. Ton of scales, going to different key centers. So we have C major in there, we have some E flat, we have some G minor. But what Rachmaninoff will always do, always a G in the bass, whether we're in E flat, whether in G minor, whether in D minor. And what this G does is it wants to go to C major. So this whole transition, all about G. The final 6 or 7 bars of the transition, you're going to see this triplet motive going between the left and the right hand. G, 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 and then finally we get our G7 chord. The last 2 measures take us to the next variation. And that'll want to resolve to C major. I won't play the resolution when I play this whole thing through here in the next few moments because I want it to be contained all about G. So this is the transition. Again, so challenging, but a lot of excitement builds up for our eventual landing in variation number 22. that is the transition, the più vivo section, moving into variation 22. Lots of challenges there, but clearly all about G resolving to C. So tune back in tomorrow where we talk about the final variation. And there are so many things going on within this variation. It's the longest one of the entire piece. So it's definitely the climax, the big finale that all of these 21 other variations have been building towards. So there's lots to talk about. So I look forward to seeing you tomorrow to talk about the end of the Chopin variations. We'll see you then.